Two kids say the exact same words, "That's not fair," but they mean two totally different things. And if you can spot which one you're hearing, you'll stop wasting time arguing facts and you'll know exactly what to do next. So in a second, I'll show you the question that usually exposes it. So, that's not fair. If that phrase shows up in your home every single week, congratulations, you are normal. But it is exhausting because you're trying to run a home and suddenly you're in a courtroom arguing facts. It is fair. No, it's not. Yes, it is. And everybody's blood pressure is rising through the roof, including yours. We've all been there. We know how it feels. So here's what I want you to consider. A lot of "that's not fair" moments are not actually about fairness. They're about leverage, okay? It's deal making dressed up like justice. And if we only answer the facts, we miss the heart and we miss the discipleship moment. So we have deal making, okay, versus receive and respond. That's two mindsets underneath "that's not fair." So picture this. This is what I mean. One kid gets the better plate. One kid gets asked to clean up again. One kid thinks they did more schoolwork or more chores or they got less screen time yesterday. And you hear it. That's not fair. So what are they really saying? What's in the heart? What they're really saying is, I don't want to lose, or I feel jealous, or I want control, or I want payback. Or maybe it's, I want the same outcome even if the situation isn't the same. So let me give you one picture that makes this easier, okay? We got scoreboard versus gratitude, okay? Scoreboard versus gratitude. Some kids live like the house has a scoreboard in it. See, scoreboard thinking says, I'm keeping track of who got what, who did what, who owes what. And it turns siblings into opponents. And parents, it turns us into referees, right? But gratitude thinking says, I'm not owed everything I want. I'm receiving a lot and I can respond with gratitude and love. And this is where count your blessings actually matters. That's not just a cheesy slogan. It's the practical move from scoreboard thinking to gratitude thinking. You slow down long enough to notice that you've already received, and then you respond with gratitude and love. See, this is why the verse matters so much in a home. The verse I'm talking about, it says, every good and perfect gift comes from above, coming down from the Father of lights. That's James 1:17. See, that's the starting point. I receive, then I respond. If we treat every not fair moment like a math problem, what we're really training is negotiation. And the home starts to feel very transactional, okay? But if we treat it like a heart moment, we can train something better. Kids who don't need a scoreboard to feel okay. And that, my friends, is peace. That's maturity. That's a kid who can be a blessing anywhere. So what do you do in the real moments when you're tired and the whining has just started? Here's the HeartTalks method, simple enough to use tonight. So first, we have pause. Remember, we don't pause our standards, but the pressure, we lower the heat. Then we ask a root question. Ask what's underneath, not just what's being said. Then we have persuade, okay? This is where we calmly help them understand what love looks like in the moment. So here's a few root questions you can use tonight, okay? So, is there any way you can be happy for your sibling? If that's hard, why do you think it's hard for you? Or are you asking for fairness, or are you trying to make a deal? Or how about, does God give all of his children the same exact things in life, or does he give different gifts at different times? Haven't you ever received something good that someone else didn't receive? So we're gonna put it all together now in a real moment, okay? So your kid says, that's not fair. I always have to do that chore, or something like that. So So here's what you do. What's first? We pause, not your standards, but your pressure. You can say, I got it. You feel like you're carrying more. Then you ask a root question and you actually listen. Okay, so help me understand. And if, by the way, if your kid stares at you at this point, that's normal. They might not have the words yet. You're teaching them the words. You're building a culture. Remember, it takes time. So you might want something different right now, you might ask. You might ask them, do you feel like you're losing something, or do you feel jealous? And be honest. Are you asking for what's fair, or are you trying to get a deal? And remember, whatever they say, you let it land. If they say, I never get a break, you can say, well, okay, that makes sense. You want relief, right? If they say, they never have to do it, you can say, okay, you're comparing and it's making you feel jealous, right? So now we can move to persuade, not with the lecture, but with guidance. So here's a simple framework that you can use tonight. Name it, replace it, practice it. So you name it. Right now that sounds like scoreboard thinking. Then you replace it. Hey, let's try gratitude instead. Then you say, I don't love it, but I'm willing. Can we trade jobs tomorrow? Then you practice it. Why don't you say it one more time, but with a calm voice? See, that's not letting them off the hook. That's you teaching them how to speak with maturity and how to respond with gratitude instead of deal making. See, you're not letting them off the hook. You're giving them a better way to talk and a better way to think. And by the way, you're still allowed to be wise as the parent. Kids are not entitled to identical outcomes every day, but they are invited into gratitude, into maturity and love. And you're the one teaching them how to do that. So if you want help with the exact language for this, start with the free HeartTalk starter guide. It's built for real life moments, and you can find it at theinnovativefamily.com/HeartTalks. And if deal making has been a repeated pattern in your home, the Choosing Gratitude HeartTalk guide goes deeper. It helps you replace what do I get thinking with receive and respond thinking and gratitude. And when you handle that's not fair this way, you're doing more than ending an argument. You're teaching your kid how to live in reality without keeping score, how to notice what they've received, and how to respond with gratitude and love. And over time, that turns into something you actually want in your home. Kids who can be happy for each other and bring peace with them wherever they go. Thank you. Have a great day.